The purpose of the 40 days of reconciliation journey is to help us understand the need to reconcile with God, His people, and awakening the heart of responsibility for His creation. And that will be a sign for our own transformation. So there are three key elements here: our own reconciliation with God, us living in peace with the people, because that's what God requires of us. And the third one is growing in responsibility. How do we care for the people around us that God has created? How do we care for the environment that God has given us? There are 40 days, and those are 40 lessons. You can take a lesson per day or one lesson a week. Please note that you can take this journey as an individual, family, church, or corporate during devotions or breakfast meetings. We will begin by looking at the story of creation. We see that when God has created human beings, He's living in fellowship with them in that wonderful Garden of Eden. Then the snake, which is an embodiment of Satan, comes along and deceives Eve. Let's focus on Eve at this moment. She wanders into the Garden of Eden by herself, meets the snake, which is the representation of Satan. The snake confuses her by telling her that it is not true that she will die or she and Adam would die if they ate the forbidden fruit. So eventually, now people are separated from God because they yielded to the works of Satan and did not follow what God wanted. So, as we start this journey of reconciliation, the 40 days of reconciliation, the purpose of bringing this chapter is to help you understand that actually, originally, we lived in fellowship with God. We were separated from God when Satan came in. We need to understand that here we have God, the Creator, who loves us, but we also have Satan, the enemy, who hates us. Why he hates us, I cannot answer. That is for God to respond to, but we don't have to be obsessed with the reason why he hates us. We need to look back at the history. You'll find that Satan, for sure, wanted to cause human beings to revolt against God. Human beings also had their own desires to try and be like God. Isn't it what we try to do today? So here we need to understand that it is sin that separated us from God. It also gives us a signal that God hates sin. So you cannot continue sinning and think you will stay in the presence of God. It doesn't work. You have to hate sin in order to stay in the presence of God. So the purpose of this journey is to help us come back to that point of realizing sin separated us from God. Therefore, we need Jesus Christ. Now we're jumping forward, we're going fast forward to bring in the figure Jesus. Jesus Christ is the one who now helps to bridge this gap that was created by Adam and Eve. So, because we are now running this podcast with this awareness that Jesus, of course, is there, that's why now we jump forward and bring in that story of Jesus Christ. As you will see in the upcoming episodes, the interviews, there is one interview we will give you, which will be talking about Jesus Christ as the second Adam. But right now, we want you to understand that the heart of this episode is for us to know that sin, or in other words, disobedience, that is knowing what God wants you to do and you do not do it. Sometimes people ask what is sin, or they linger around sin because they don't understand. It is as simple as not obeying God. You've heard with your own ears, you've seen with your own eyes, but you choose to walk the wrong way. So here we need to understand that sin will lead to separation. Separation will lead to suffering. Would like to end here so you could read through the blog post, the text. Those of you who are watching, these podcasts are available in video form, audio form, in very many channels. We thank God for availing the channels. You can select any channel you like. You can go to attune40.com, and then you'll be able to go to you'll be able to find the channels you like, and then you subscribe so that you don't miss anything. You can subscribe on that channel. Podcasts will always appear on that channel. You can also subscribe by email. We don't send emails every day. Every week, you may be able to receive an email from us. This program is free. There is no one who is going to ask you for money. There is only one provision that I may encourage you for those whom God has blessed. We need some of these channels we pay in order to keep these podcasts running. And sometimes we need to buy equipment to make sure that these podcasts are running. So if you feel God touching your heart to donate to this, there's a link. Now, this time around, we are providing a link for you to donate to this work. Thank you so much, and God bless you. The next episode, when it comes, it will drop into your email if you signed up by email, or hopefully the app you are using will possibly bring up a pop-up. You will know. Just subscribe, please subscribe so that you don't miss these podcasts. Usually there are interviews where there is a no interview for a specific topic, because we have specific topics lined up for the 40 days. That's when you will see me presenting as a solo presenter. Thank you so much, and God bless you.